Hello, this is Ivana.
This is Yaw.
And you're listening to the podcast Life in Black and White.
And all the shades in between.
We share all things life, relationships, marriage, parenting, race, and much more. If you enjoy listening to us, then please follow or subscribe to this podcast. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook under Life in Black and White. Hi, my friend, and welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm back from Slovakia. We all survived. I mean, Yaw, who was alone with the twins. How was it?
It was amazing. It was all fun and games. They listened to everything that I asked them to do. And yeah, it was just really easy, wasn't it, really?
Good, so I can do it more often then.
No, never again. You've got one day and that's it. No, half a day.
See how amazing you are, Angel. How many dads would stay like that with the kids?
You mean
two out of three?
Trying to get someone to be booked to come in and help with the kids?
No, that you stay with them. I had a baby, but still. You know what happened while we were back home, Angel? I was out at the playground with baby Yaw. And one lady approached me and said, "Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute." And she asked me, "I always wonder, are they also cold and warm as us?" Really?
Are you kidding me?
No, she did ask that. But in not in a negative way, but more like curiosity. And I was like, what the hell?
Do they feel the cold the same?
Yeah.
That's more to do with someone who's acclimatized to there, though, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Like, if you were to put me in Alaska,
yeah,
and someone, was from Alaska, they're more likely to be acclimatized to. So she probably said it incorrectly.
Yeah.
But I can kind of understand I hope I understand what she was trying to say. Christ's sake.
I'm glad baby Yaw didn't understand just yet. But we have to get used to these questions. Inappropriate questions or comments. So far everyone likes the boys and their hair. Now everyone wants to touch their hair. I know it's not good, but I don't mind. Right now anyway.
I think as long as they don't mind, then there isn't a problem, is there?
I think especially Henry enjoys being the star, the center of the attention. No? From all the girls.
Yeah, I wonder why. He doesn't get that from me. I was going to say center attention and things. I wonder who gets that from.
So, on that note, today's subject or topic is... Oh, by the way, before we get into it, why are you looking at me like that?
Go on.
Before we get into it, I was listening to some of the old episodes and I sound awful. Like, what's the expression in English when you are... women who are... We call it stihačka in Slovak.
Okay, then I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, from that comment there.
Who has to have her own way only.
Okay.
What is the expression in...
I think sometimes you just need to take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror and just understand.
No, what is the expression in English?
Oh.
Women or men who are like that.
High maintenance.
No, not high maintenance.
Okay. What else do you want me to say?
Rocket? We also call them raketa. So you don't call women like that rockets, right?
Rockets?
Yeah. No?
No.
Okay.
Curious.
So I need to... But I don't think I'm that way. But I come across that way sometimes. So I need to work on it, Angel.
Okay, should I say, no, you're not that way at all? Yeah, is that... You need me to put that in there, right?
That should be a reflex.
Okay. No, baby, you're not that way at all. You're not. I'm glad you looked at it, so at least we can address it. That's okay.
Oh, brilliant. So, today's subject is, what is it like to be married or be with someone from a different background? Did you know this was today's subject, Daddy?
I think he
Mentioned
did.
that.
Yeah, you did mention that.
You didn't listen? I get that asked often, and I wondered myself before, like ages ago, what is it like to be married to someone who doesn't speak your first language or has different background? And it's great.
It must be. There's obviously certain things that can be out there in terms of if you're having maybe a conversation in Slovak with, relatives or friends, and in some cases you might feel that you need to, I don't know, translate. But I think even in most cases you will turn around. I think speak English in those cases. I know you do speak Slovak quite a bit and stuff with your family and things, but even if you have a conversation, I'm totally oblivious. I'm in my own world and things, and then at some point you're like, you just explain it. So it can be frustrating, I suppose, to a certain extent.
To a certain extent, but I always say you can have the same first language with someone, but still don't get each other.
Yeah, and still can't communicate.
Yes, exactly. You know what? The only thing that really I'm sorry about is that, for instance, I listen to some of our Slovak or Czech songs, or watch some like classic movies who I say one sentence and everyone knows what I mean or what I'm referring to. That can't have the same fun with you.
That's okay. But yeah,
it's like, is that really important then, on a grand scheme of things? No. And we have fun from it sometimes, no? Like you don't know some things or words I teach you, and we make it our own thing.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it special.
And you've also got to realise that it's relative, isn't it? In some cases, maybe like Zlaka doesn't realise exactly.
Zlatka is my mum.
Sorry. Yeah, Zlaka doesn't realise exactly how funny I actually am. And so,
I think she does.
No, I don't think she has an idea.
But when
she
you really
doesn't
say
realise.
something funny, I always translate, and you have a good laugh.
Yeah. But she's not getting it from the source, though, is she? So, you've got to appreciate
I know.
the timing, the everything. So I get it. It.
But I think you have a good laugh with her and with my dad.
I do.
Even though
your dad cracks me up.
He speaks some English, but it's not great. Yeah, and
but I can.
He doesn't care.
No, but I get it.
Yeah.
When he's tried, he'll turn around, he'll say something, and I get it. It's like he'll turn around and say, "Oh, good luck." Like with you and things.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're bonding over me being in pain.
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, I get it. Some things are just universal.
It's funny because, sorry, you were saying?
No, it's cool.
Because I got the same from your dad. No, good luck with you. And I'm so glad that someone is looking after him. And
what do you mean? I'm easy.
Of course.
Okay.
And also, when I feel angry, sometimes it is hard not being able to say what I want.
And sometimes it's absolutely perfect.
Sometimes. But all the swear words I need to use when I need to. So that's important, right? And sometimes it's hard when I can't express what I want fast. When I'm angry with you and I just want to let it all out. But it doesn't happen that often.
And again, in that case, that's not really a bad situation on my part.
Yeah.
So that's your frustration. That's not really my frustration. That's just like bonus.
Yeah. In terms of being married to a black person as such, I think it's great.
Just married to a person, isn't it?
Once you go black, you never go back.
Oh,
it's the same.
Really?
No, the main differences I see in the culture. I have to say that Yaw is has roots in Ghana, but he was raised and born in London. I can see in your eyes you're scared what I'm going to say, because you never know with me or what. Don't worry, I'm not going to say anything inappropriate.
It's okay, your dad's listening to this, so he'll understand me. Carry on.
And the biggest difference, so you are not proper Ghanaian, I'd say, like in terms of who you are, because you were Londoner.
Okay.
So it is different. It is different when I compare you to your siblings. You are a bit different. Not better, worse, but there is a difference there.
Okay.
So that I just wanted to clarify that you were not raised or you didn't grow up in Ghana, because that would have been different. Yeah. Or for instance, me, I'm Slovak, but if I was born and raised in London, I wouldn't have been the same Slovak I am. That's my point.
Okay.
Yeah?
I appreciate you clarifying that.
So the biggest difference is that you are, I'd say, Ghanaians? Ghanaians. Ghanchania. Can you say Ghanchania?
Yes. Go on.
Ghanaians
Yeah.
are much more open, honest, but not in a rude way. Open, what's that word? That you just open.
Okay.
No, what's the word? See, now I can't find the right word.
Okay.
Bezprostredný.
Okay.
So you're just chilled and you just say what you want to say, do what you want to do without worrying too much how things sound or come across.
Yeah, but that depends.
Yeah, but I like it. For instance, if someone from your family, they don't like something, they wouldn't just be quiet, is my point.
Yeah, but
and that's...
Have you not met my family? That doesn't mean anything, right? That's just my family. Surely. Because obviously...
But most people I met, like extended family, I noticed the same. But it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing.
No, they're open and they definitely speak their minds and things. So, yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily a Ghanaian trait. That could just be aligned to my family in the way that they are.
Maybe. But you dance a lot at home, like after dinner, after Christmas dinner we had, remember, with your brothers. There was dancing, talking. Just everyone was doing their own thing. It was loud music, was dancing. And my mom was there, not with me. And she just said, the boys are going to be very bored in our family. Let's say it's a bit different. No, you just enjoy life, I'd say, more. You enjoy life, you enjoy the moment more. That's what I noticed, yeah?
Okay.
Did you not notice that when you come, you visit us and our family, it is more conservative, maybe?
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah.
Okay, you may not be having so many, so much in terms of loud music and bits and bobs and things. But again, that depends on occasion. It's like when we went to the wedding, I still can't believe how much food.
Our Slovak wedding, yeah.
And that was eye-opening because to this day, I'm so annoyed with myself that I wasn't ready for that.
But I told you, just to clarify, in case you don't know, in the UK, the weddings are completely different than in Slovakia. In the UK, you only get, one main course, very modest usually, or nothing even, or like a buffet. What?
Yeah, you have a meal, you have a starter, you have
one
a meal.
Course usually, no?
Couple of courses and things, or
one main course. I mean,
yeah. And then you could you have like a buffet for additional bites and things like this.
But I heard of cases where you get nothing, and that's normal as well. No?
No. You might have. Depends where you're going to. It may be in a situation where someone who's going to the ceremony would normally have like a sit down dinner, a few conversations, like a few speeches and things like this, and then in the evening, when other guests and stuff arrive, they would then also be some nibbles and maybe a bit of a buffet and for them.
Okay. Yeah, but if or less than that, or in terms of alcohol, at our wedding we had one bottle of wine for one table. No, I think so. 4 people, 1 bottle.
No, didn't we have 2?
No, 1 or 2, basically.
Yeah, I think it depends. Plus, it depends on your budget and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And then usually you have a bar there where you can buy more stuff, yeah? Whereas in Slovakia, you usually have like 2 bottles of alcohol per person. Or 1 at least, definitely. So much food, more than you can eat. And you don't pay for anything, basically, yeah? And you didn't believe me. I remember when we got invited, you didn't believe me, like, you don't pay. So that's the weddings. But it's not all there is, of course. For instance, like, I noticed, or how do you feel when we go back home? Because we don't really have many black people there in Slovakia. So how do you feel? Because I noticed not everyone is watching you or looking at you, but not in a rude way, but rather with a curiosity. But how does that make you feel?
But I think I might have mentioned this before. There's a difference to when someone's looking at you because they're curious, or someone just clearly staring at you to make you feel uncomfortable or something.
Yeah.
I'm, due to my age and where I've lived, kind of growing up, and places where I've visited and things, that doesn't kind of faze me. And I've never had a bad experience and stuff in Slovakia. The funny thing was, I thought I would. Yeah, I honestly. So maybe that's my biases or my prejudice is that I thought when I got there, they would see, a black man with yourself with black kids and things, or mixed race children. And I thought at some point they would get some kind of negative, but it hasn't been like that at all. And, gosh, it's so many, gosh, no, you can say that. Gosh, it's so many times and stuff now. And, we've been to Banska, we've been, obviously,
Prague?
Oh, yeah. We won't bring Prague. That was actually, I didn't like Prague for that reason. But
it's not what it used to be, the old Prague, but now it's multicultural, so you would have thought, it's going to be more accepting, but no.
There was a lot of, but I think even in that instance, it was more so from tourists who were in Prague than people, because when we were walking around and things, and, I definitely had a couple of moments where I was literally at one point, I was looking at, I remember we were walking along hand in hand, and I was looking at this guy, and this guy was just really like staring and things, and like not in a someone did. No, they were in a kind of derogatory kind of fashion, and I just remember I was at that point of, I'm going over there to talk to this guy and things, and I think you said,
chill out,
yeah. So that, which is the complete opposite, isn't it? Because obviously Košice isn't as well known like Prague for that kind of multicultural.
Yeah, a lot of people think, or when I say like you had bad experience growing up as a black person in London, and people are like, what? He grew up in London, so there is no racism there, and all that. So it's similar with Prague and Košice. It's not what you think. Like, I think the more cultures in one place, the more hate and no hate, I'd say, or
No, but there's a certain level of understanding. Like, if you see someone who's black or see someone from a different ethnicity and things, it's not so much of a shock. It's something that you see day in, day out. Whereas there, with how many, I know it's primarily like stag do's and, people away like really living it up and stuff, going to Prague and things. But it was just totally different. But in saying that, when we, the hotel that we went to, and
it was amazing.
And I thought it was going to be a bit full of itself because we ended up changing from the Airbnb.
Airbnb.
And then we ended up, like splashing out for the hotel, and it was quite a nice one. And I thought they were going to be a little bit, and they were lovely. They were so nice and genuinely nice. It wasn't like, oh, can I? But they literally, they couldn't do enough, to help and just make sure that we had, the nicest stay there.
I think, it's just back to what I was saying, that the more cultures you have, the more you come across like hate and bullying and stuff. I think it's because you don't have, when it's rare, you have more like a respect for that difference, no?
No.
What do you think that is then?
How long's a piece of string? I don't know how to really kind of answer that. So it just depends, doesn't it?
It's just from what I've observed, like you said yourself, you never had any bad experience back home. Doesn't mean you'll never will do, or that some other people don't. But on average, generally speaking, it's happening less in countries where it's rare to be different.
I can think of some other countries where minority really does get, marginalised and picked on, and it really just depends on where you are, and mainly the culture of the people that are there, who are the majority and obviously the minority. Sorry about this, because I'm sure there's people who've explained that so much better than the way that I've just tried to then. But yeah.
Now, I would like to know, how do you find it being married to me? Not as a person, but different culture.
Again, me personally, I'm going off. I go off who you are as a person, though.
Yeah.
Not so much literally about your culture. I know, obviously, culture is a big part of who you are.
Yeah, of course, but I just wonder if there is anything in particular that you find interesting or you don't like, or something that took you by surprise.
No, there's nothing interesting about your culture at all. Sorry. I'm joking. It is interesting. There's lots of things that I've learned over the years about your culture. Say, for example, if you go to a wedding, make sure you haven't eaten that much so you've got enough to kind of see you through the whole evening. Oh, I want to do that again and just be ready for it and just eat.
I know about other difference. We don't do small talk. That's another difference.
Yeah. And how happy are people in that sense? No, because you even said it. Because sometimes, you go to things like certain or shops and things, and people aren't as happy.
Yeah, that's true.
Because people don't say Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
How's everything? It's just... duh, duh.
20 euros.
Yeah.
Is that everything? Yes. Okay. Bye.
Yeah. And that to me, it's just... I think it's changing slightly because every time
it depends on the person.
And the more we've been back more recently, you see that has definitely changed since the first time I went there.
Yeah.
But generally, I find people friendly in your culture and things as well.
But sometimes it takes a while till you see the kindness. So it's not there right away.
Yeah.
You don't see it right away, but it is there.
I generally, from my experience, I've had great experiences and things there. Random people at times, but it's generally like people seem friendly and yeah.
And so we're not going to talk about the differences in jokes, right?
We are not going to talk about differences in joke. I still think you're paying your friends to laugh at your jokes.
Nice.
Oh, it's awful. So bad.
But you know
So
what?
bad.
I realize it's not so much the jokes that don't make any sense you don't like. It's the morbid jokes you don't like. The dark humor you don't like more.
Yeah, but I'm not... Okay, and apologies to our
Every
listeners.
Slovak person.
No, apologies to listeners who's listening to this. But there's, I'm not adverse to random jokes and things. But oh my God, even if it was a dark joke that had some level of edge and stuff to it, it was a bit wrong, but you're like, okay, I get it. You shouldn't be laughing, but you're laughing.
But if it's just dark...
It's just wrong. It's not dark. It's just wrong.
It's not. It's
no,
funny.
It's absolutely wrong and things.
You know what you're doing wrong because you're picturing it. You shouldn't picture it.
Oh, yeah. How dare I picture the joke that you were trying to say to me? I was actually thinking. What was I know. So wrong.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Does it mean I'm not thinking?
No. But yeah, so maybe that's... I still think you're paying your friends.
Oh.
No, because if we're like having a bit of a laugh and a giggle and things, and they're down to earth and they're good people. And they listen to your jokes and they're laughing, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why are you laughing? It's not even fun.
You should be crying.
But hey,
see, this is
and this is the cultural differences, right?
Yes, but like I was saying in the beginning, like there are like music or movies or something you didn't grow up with, you don't understand, which is normal. But this is the same because you don't have this sense of humor.
Or they've been worn down over a period of time, like dripping water, and so after a period of time, you just accept it and you start saying,
No, because if you grow up there, you would have
I get it.
got it.
I get it.
See, that's I'm sorry about, but it's still worth it.
Institutionalized humorism.
Yeah, I think we covered what we wanted, no?
We have our differences, we have our cultures, but it works.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It's kind of refreshing to an extent because you see differences, and those differences aren't differences really. They're just a different way of looking at something, but they enrich all our lives and stuff because of it. If you have the same thing all the time, I'm not talking about just culture, I mean, if everybody was the same, how boring would life be, right? So
speaking of jokes,
no,
I just
we're not
going.
No,
you know what? Sorry, I just realized I don't know the Ghanaian sense of humor.
Do you not?
No.
Oh, okay.
What do you like? What kind of humor do you like in Ghana?
Funny jokes.
Oh, meaning?
I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head.
I need to ask your brother or sister next time we're with them.
Yeah.
I'm curious now.
Well,
Because you have British sense of humor, no?
Probably.
So I want to know what it's like in Africa. I'm curious now. You don't know?
I don't know. Well, we just laugh. Something's funny, we just laugh.
You don't have jokes, but as such.
Oh, I couldn't. I'm not a joke teller, am I? So
You are, without wanting to say a joke.
no, I'm witty. You know, I'm witty, I'm sarcastic and things,
Yeah.
but I'm not really somebody who could turn around and tell a joke.
I can.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But anyways, sometimes we understand that we can't tell jokes and some people just keep trying, right? So, okay.
But you like the salt one, and we can finish with that.
No, we're not going to finish.
Pass me the salt.
Yeah, I love that joke, but less.
No?
No.
At least some. You know what? That's the funny thing. Sometimes I say a joke, and I'm so convinced you wouldn't like it, and you laugh. So there is some hope for you, I think.
Yeah, for me. That's where we need to leave it on. Hope for me. Thank you to our listeners, and thank you for the prayers for the hope for me and my sense of humour. Much appreciated.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you later. Thank you for listening. Bye.